So paid advertising online is a powerful tool. In some cases, I think more and more so you need to pay to play. And the problem is though, like ads are expensive, right? Like you can spend a lot of money on ads and not getting results. And a lot of our clients talk to me about that, a little frustrating maybe. And so today we're going to talk a little bit about that and see how we can do things better. So welcome to the Marketing Minute Podcast. I'm your host, Peter DeWitt, and with me today, our very own Robert Van Ginkel.
Thanks for having me, Peter. It's nice to be here and good to be back.
You betcha. You came back, so that's good. So we treated you well, so you came back.
That's right.
So that's awesome. So just so the listeners know, like, what is your main focus at Edge again?
Main focus is the digital world, project management, but really focusing on client support for building leads, and through that is Google Ads.
Yeah.
And various other tools, but the big one is Google Ads still.
Exactly, right.
Yep.
Like Google Ads is kind of the mother lode of paid online advertising still.
Yep, that's right.
We don't know for how much longer, but we can talk a little bit more about that.
Sure.
So like all things being equal, like paid advertising is not the only thing we do at Edge, right?
No,
So we do SEO, we of course build websites, we create content. Like how do you think it stacks up compared to some of the other tools?
I think it's one of the most versatile tools out there that we can use right now.
Okay.
Like PPC, I think it's a tangible tool that people like to see the results from, and they can see the results instantly.
Yeah.
Everything else that we do is very valuable. It's all a tool in the toolbox that helps you rank higher, gets the results you're looking for, especially in the digital world.
Yeah.
But paid ads, it's a territory that most people can see instant results from, or they can look themselves up and they can see their ads running, which of course gives everybody a nice warm feeling inside. And at the same time, they can see it on the reports as well, which is nice to see. It's more transparent. So
like it's like I think over the years it's gonna become our go-to tool, right?
That's
for
right.
people that are starting out with digital marketing. It may not be the first thing we do for them. Like the website is generally where we start. And with some SEO, but like for a newer company, it's like you said, it's an instant. You switch on the ads, you pay Google or Facebook, and we'll talk about a little bit more the different platforms. But you can expect to see results. Of course, we can't guarantee any results, but you will see traction. You will see increased traffic to your website.
That's right. It's an easy win for people starting out, and they don't need a massive budget to get the results either, which is why a lot of people enjoy it and stay with us to continue doing it for them and manage it and get the results they're looking for.
No, exactly, right? So we'll continue on with providing the service because we know it works, right?
That's
so,
right.
Yeah, and some of our clients have been with us for many years. And
5+ years, some of them,
so
that's a big win.
Yeah, that's a big win for both of us, right? So that's a good job, by the way.
Thank you.
Because
it's a team effort.
Because you're managing that, right? So I get this question a lot. Like I have a limited marketing budget, right? And every company we deal with, every organization has somewhat of a limitation to it.
Yeah.
People come to us with say, well, you have an unlimited budget. That's a huge red flag. It just doesn't happen.
Doesn't work. No.
It's not for real, right? So why would I spend money on this paid advertising? Why don't I just social media is free, right?
Yeah, it's a great question. I mean, there's, again, everything has its purpose and its place, but why pay for Google Ads or Facebook Ads? I always lean towards Google Ads still because it's more high intent. It's where people go when they need a solution to a problem.
Okay.
And you might be able to solve that problem for them. That's where people usually go if they're in a pinch and they need something solved. They go to Google Ads. Social is great. It has its place. But I find, again, the word social kind of highlights that as well.
Okay.
It's where people go maybe a little bit more of a relaxed atmosphere versus if they're going on Google and they're actively looking for, let's say, car mechanic near me or plumber, 24-hour plumber.
Yeah.
They're looking for somebody to fix their solution now, most instances. So if you can show up on the top page with your paid ad with a strong message, core messaging again, and a good offer, your chances of getting that lead or conversion are a lot higher than if you were to post something organically on social media where it might get lost to the masses.
Okay. Yeah. I think in my opinion, like social media is more like the top of the funnel, right? People get to find out about you, know about you. But like the high intent, when I'm looking for a plumber to fix my toilet, I'm not really interested in reading about this plumber's personal life or how much fun they have at work. No, I'm actually looking to get my toilet fixed.
You're looking it up on Google. You're typing it in on your keyboard on your phone. Whereas social media, you have to come across it when you're scrolling.
Yeah,
right?
and of course you can target the social media ads, of course, to audience as well, but it's not as direct. So so we do both, right? We have a good mix of both.
For sure, and they both have value. Yeah,
they add value, and I think also the big question that everybody in our industry right now is asking is, how is AI going to affect some of these things that we're doing right now? Like, do you have an answer for people? Like, what do you think Google Ads is going to look like 6 months from now or a year from now?
The core has always stayed the same so far. It's always enhanced. It's always been changing with AI or Google optimized recommendations. How we approach it is we still like to do very much a hands-on first approach. So right now you can open up your phone, you can go to Google Ads, and you can type in your industry, and Google will basically do the rest for you as long as you give them, let's say $10 a day, and away you go. And it's a simple, pat on the back, and away you go, and you might get some results from it. Right now, we're still very much hands-on, where we utilize AI to potentially look at your audience targeting, because it just speeds up the time. Even with messaging, to kind of maybe find some gaps that you may have otherwise missed. With targeting, structuring the ad campaign, I think it's very valuable to use as a tool.
Okay.
But the team, including myself, we still like to look at it from a marketing or a business perspective, from if not once a week, more often than not, a couple times a week. To make sure, hey, is there any gaps or opportunities that the system is kind of skipping over, because it doesn't know your goals ultimately, right? It might say, okay, you're spending $10 a day, you're reaching that $10 a day, and you're getting so many clicks. That's great, but those might be vanity clicks, right? They might not be getting the lead you're looking for. So
and I think the one thing we've seen with Facebook, Instagram, and Google, of course, they want to always recommend you spend more money, correct?
That's right. Yeah, there's always more room for more ad spend, it seems like, but it's managing that and understanding what the goal is with Google Ads as well.
So like there's a conflict of interest there, obviously.
There is a little bit.
So and Google is it's a decent company. They want to help people, but they also want to make money.
They do.
And they want to make lots of money.
They do.
And so like we have seen over the years that, hey, if you start managing even a more modest budget, and again, you don't have to go crazy right away, right? Like what is a typical starting budget for an ad campaign? What should I budget for? Something like that.
Yeah, it's a great question. So if you're just, let's say, centralizing in Central Alberta, we say around $500 is a good starting point. You can always toggle it up or down based on the results or based on your marketing budget as well.
But start there, start small, and then kind of build from there. Yeah. And then of course we have we have a management fee on top of that, right?
We do. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think our basic package starts about at a $1,500 range. Is that correct?
That's correct. Yeah. And part of that is you can start with a base, let's say, of $500 a month. But if you're not managing it or watching it closely, you might see an opportunity where you can spend more or less based on exactly like what you're trying to achieve, who you're targeting, what the audience is, what the competition looks like. So one individual might be spending 90 cents per click and another might be spending $10 a click. So it really depends on the industry you're in and what the end results is as well, and what you're trying to achieve with it. So that's why management is so vital to the success of the campaign.
Okay, so it's a competitive, like an auction system, right?
That Google is using.
And nobody knows exactly how the auction works. But if more people
give you tips,
exactly right. If more people, competing companies are bidding for the same keywords, then the price goes up, and that's in a way that's fair. That's how auctions work as well. So
supply and demand, but at the same time, Google kind of rewards that with management if you do a good job monitoring the keywords. Making sure the landing pages of the websites, which is one of the very important part of Google Ads itself.
Okay.
To make sure like where you're directing people isn't just if your ad is good, but if the landing page itself or the website isn't give the same information or the message that the people are looking for and the ad is portraying, Google can punish you, if you will, by a bit of a higher cost per click compared to the competition, even though you're willing to invest more.
Okay. So you get rewarded for giving relevant results, and that makes sense, right? Nobody wants to be sent to a page or a website that's not relevant to their inquiry, right?
100%. So Google looks at your keyword, and then they look at the ad copy to make sure that resonates with the search query that somebody's typing in, and then that search query or the ad copy then has it resonate on the landing page as well. And then Google looks at, okay, now how does people actually acquire that service or that product?
Yeah.
How do they get it?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's a very simple business model, really.
It is. Yeah.
But the thing is, it works.
It works.
And that's why I'm pretty confident that Google or Microsoft, whoever is running the media companies of the future, will figure out a way to monetize this great tool, right? Because I remember when search was first introduced in the early ages of the internet.
Yeah.
I think Microsoft was going to charge for search.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Only like $20 a month, and they were going to make a lot of money with this. But then next, Google comes out with a free search product.
Right. Yeah.
And of course supported by advertising. So my prediction is, and I could be wrong with this, that very soon you'll see the prices of AI go down, and basically we'll have a business model that's supported by some form of advertising. I can't,
I think you're right in saying that, Peter. I think it's going to go the same route. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
But right now, there's you can get, let's say, ChatGPT. It's a popular one. You can get it for free, but I wouldn't be surprised if in 6 months to a year, there's some ads rolling out with the results that it gives, right?
Yeah, and then you get the pro version, and
Exactly.
that's the thing with when we talked about AI in the previous podcast. I would highly recommend actually paying for the paid version, so you get you get better features.
Yeah.
But that eventually, if somebody of the players, the big players, decides to give it away for free, I guess everybody else has to follow. So
has to follow suit. But that's where I think where ad revenue comes in for those companies again, right?
Exactly.
And that's when you'll see ads, I think, popping up on search results as well on AI.
And not everybody may like that necessarily, but the thing is, it's almost like TV advertising.
Yeah.
Without TV advertising, you could not watch TV in some cases, right? So
right.
It's very similar. So, and it will also help our small business owners that need to get that message out there, need to connect with their clients. So I'm optimistic they figure it out.
I think they will. You bring up a good point, right? Website traffic is naturally for websites, right? Kind of tying into it is maybe going down a little bit for across all industries.
Yeah.
And that's because more people are getting comfortable using AI, right? Using it as the new search engine.
Yeah.
So it makes sense that it just transitions.
Yeah, I
it
think
doesn't
so
get
too.
reinvented, but it just innovates.
No, that's right. Yeah. So like if you have less traffic to your website, but it's higher quality website.
Right.
Again, we're getting into an AI discussion here, but
we can go back to ads.
But AI touches everything that we work with right
That's
now.
right.
So,
it does. Yeah.
So of all the different platforms, like Google is probably our number one seller now, the Google Ads. But if I look at all the other different platforms like Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, how do I know as a small business owner where to go with my advertising?
It's a great question, and it's a tough question to answer sometimes. At Edge, we like to always start with a strategy-first approach. So really trying to understand, okay, what are you trying to achieve with your business? What is the business plan? But then also, who's the audience that you're trying to attain or attract, and where do they live? Where are they most active?
Okay.
It might be on multiple platforms, but let's say it's only on Google and LinkedIn because you're dealing with business to business, for example.
Yeah.
You might want to start with, let's say, LinkedIn advertising.
Yeah.
If you're dealing with, a different, like a widget, you might want to do maybe social media like Facebook or like a restaurant where it's higher interest in visuals and engagements.
Yeah.
And then you can look at like a plumber, for example, they might want to do Google or any other business for that matter, just because it's more high intent searches. So it really depends on where your audience is most active online.
Exactly, right? Nobody's really necessarily going to research plumbing companies in Red Deer.
Probably not on LinkedIn, no.
No, just for fun, right?
No,
So like
exactly.
they need the service right now, and they type it in, and then hopefully they get the results they're looking for.
Right.
So
But as you scale up, right, and we've done this for many clients as well, you might start with Google because it's high intent, it gets the results, but then they might scale up to other platforms as well as they get more return on investment, and they can invest in more alternative platforms, including LinkedIn, for example, where they might get higher top of funnel reaches with business owners directly. So lower end of the funnel, maybe.
Yeah. So with that, like you could potentially use the same advertising messaging on the different platforms, kind of reuse some of that.
Make it evergreen. Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can reuse it or you can tweak it. Every platform is a little different, and how you interact and how you advertise on those platforms could be adjusted, but
Yeah.
the core messaging, you're right, can stay the same.
Yeah, so you're saving time by
That's
going
right.
on 3 different platforms once you have the strategy figured out, the
That's
messaging
right.
figured out. Still, every platform has its own quirks,
Yeah.
and you have to modify it somewhat. But so, okay, I can see that. So again, your recommendation is to start small,
Start small.
keep it simple, go with the most obvious platform
Yeah.
that your audience lives on, right? And
right.
then get your feet wet with some very basic stuff, and then from there on, once you see traction, then
Yeah.
actually potentially invest more into it.
Yeah, exactly. And the reason I think it's also more rewarding for the end user, the business owner that's investing their hard-earned dollars into this, is to actually see the results of these efforts come to fruition quickly.
Yeah.
Because if you look at SEO or any of the other platforms that you can use to enhance your online presence, it's a long-term game, right?
Yes.
SEO can take months, years, sometimes to get the results you're looking for.
Yeah, exactly.
Whereas paid ads, if you start humble, start small,
Yeah.
it's rewarding, and it can
Yeah.
be a quick reward too, and that
Yeah.
gives you the extra, drive to keep going as well.
Exactly, right? Because every time you talk to one of our clients, you need to show results in the end, right? Like
That's what they're
ultimately,
looking for. Yeah,
the more clicks, more leads, more phone calls, more emails.
they're looking for leads, right? And
Yeah.
that makes sense. So if we can give them that return on investment and continue to grow that, then that's rewarding for both them and us that work on this. And that's why we have clients that are 5 years or longer that have been around for.
Yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, that's awesome. So, what can go wrong with online advertising? What mistakes do you see people make when they jump into this stuff and try to do it themselves?
Yeah, I mean, I think I've done the same thing, right? You live and learn, and that's, why, maybe I've been around doing it for, I think, 8+ years now.
Okay.
But the biggest one is getting the excitement, jumping into it, and then kind of letting, set it and forget it, I'll say, is as a kind of a phrase, is where you don't take the time to manage it and closely watch how you're investing your dollars, your hard-earned dollars for your business, right? Because you can easily spend a lot of money without getting the return that you should be getting or could be getting.
Yeah.
And we take that very seriously here, and we do talk to our clients about that too, to make sure they see the value in what we're doing for them.
No, exactly. Let's face it, we constantly have to prove our
It's very
worth.
transparent work that we do here. Yeah.
Yeah. So people, we have a great reporting scenario, right? Like where you actually send people a report that's easy to understand, followed up by a phone call or a visit to kind of discuss those results. And the numbers are what they are, right? We can't fudge them. No. They're very, like you said, transparent. So
yeah, you bring up a good point there. Like, it's one thing to set it and forget it, but the other thing is to actually look at the numbers. Reporting is huge. A lot of people don't take that step.
Yeah.
Which is a missed opportunity in our books, right? Yeah. Because if you can look at the numbers, understand what they mean, and not get overwhelmed by them, and slowly enhance them and improve them, you can actually see great enhancement and improvements in your advertising as well. Yeah. Instead of saying, "Oh, it didn't work, so let's walk away from it," or "I tried something, I didn't really take the time to understand it."
Yeah. So it doesn't work.
Exactly, it doesn't.
But it does work if you manage it properly.
Exactly. Yeah. And even for us, the first time isn't always a home run, right? No. Sometimes we have to adapt and adjust. Yeah. But that's part of the management of it, and that's why people like to have a team backing them. Yeah. So they can rely on us. They have trust in us to take that step and responsibility to adjust and not just keep doing the same thing over.
No, exactly. So in a lot of cases, we're actually saving our clients money.
That's right.
Of better results with sometimes a lower investment that they make. And let's face it, your own time is worth something as well. So if you're a small business owner, want to do this stuff yourself, there's nothing against it. And again, Google has some programs you can kind of put it on autopilot.
Absolutely.
But we see the problem with that is, first of all, the conflict of interest. They always want you to spend more. Yeah. And of course, you're never done spending on marketing. You could always spend more. And, like we have clients that spend maybe $500 a month. We also have clients that spend $8,000 a month. Yeah. And in the world of online advertising, that's still pretty modest.
Right? Still a modest number, yeah.
There's companies that spend a lot more than that. And why do they spend that kind of money? Because they know it works.
It works. That's right.
So, poor targeting is probably another problem that we see, right? Like, can you explain that a little bit, what that means?
Yeah, so poor targeting, I mean, it kind of goes back to what we kind of talked about earlier as well, is not just kind of setting it and forgetting it. So let's say you're a plumber, you target plumber near me or plumber Red Deer or plumber Lacombe as examples, or Calgary, wherever you might be. But then not looking at it and refining it. Google, like we touched on earlier, always enhances their platforms or or how they target. Same with Facebook, same with LinkedIn. Yeah. What you could do, let's say 2 months ago, might be different now. They may have changed the audience segment, so who you can target, or they may have added new ones as well. Yeah. And then user intent changes as well, right? So how people search changes. So what a trending keyword might be for you 2 months ago or 3 months ago might not be as relevant anymore, or it may have changed to something else, and making sure you capture that opportunity is huge.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you don't pay attention, you're probably paying too much for not enough results.
That's right.
Yeah. So how do you know if your ads really work then? Like, so we already mentioned reporting. Can you talk us through that a little bit? Like what happens at the end of the month? So you've run the campaign. Hopefully you've seen some positive growth.
That's the goal.
And that's the goal, right? So what is the process that you go through with your clients to kind of explain that to them and maybe share the wins, but then also maybe share some of the challenges that you're running into?
Yeah, it's a great question. So when we've taken over accounts from clients that have tried the do-it-yourself approach from Google, and I think the biggest hurdle they run into is understanding if it works or not. And there's a lot of technical detail that can go on in the background to make sure the reporting works. So making sure people understand, what pages they're going to, if forms are getting completed, if they're making phone calls, but then also tracking that information. Because if Peter, as a business owner, the phone rings a couple times and then you get called on, or I call you, or anybody else in the office calls you out of the office, or you have to go to a meeting, or you get sidetracked very easily. Yeah. So sometimes it's not that the ads aren't working, it's missed opportunities. The leads aren't getting followed up with.
Yeah, exactly.
So what we do when we do reporting with them through our CRM, for example, what we'll do is we'll show them exactly how many reports or how many people have completed a goal that we've set for them. So may that be filling out a form through to the ads, or acquiring through a phone call.
Exactly.
Any of those kind of actions, we call it a conversion. And if we can put an actual number, name, and timestamp on it, it gives you, the business owner, a lot of confidence that, hey, the dollars you're investing is giving you a return as well. Because you can then follow up as well and say, hey, out of these 20 people that have inquired, if 5 people have actually come through and done business with you, and the amount they've invested into your business is higher than you invested into paid advertising, there's a positive ROI, and you want to continue that effort moving forward.
Yeah, exactly. So, right. So and there again too, like I think I've seen a real trend now to really get actively involved in that lead generation, right? So instead of saying, hey, 1,000 people have landed on your website, we like to say, well, 10 people have filled in this form.
Exactly.
And these are the names, emails, and phone numbers of those people. So for future follow-up. So that works well with business to business. Business to consumer, it's a little bit different, of course. But there too, like a lot of e-commerce websites will follow exactly what these clients are doing on the website, correct?
Yeah, you can see the number of orders that have been completed, or the number of people that have items sitting in a cart, for example, but haven't completed. So what you do with that information, for example, of items sitting in a cart, if you just leave it, it's a missed opportunity. We'll call it low-hanging fruits. But if you follow up with them, right, and 2 more people complete it, and that's an additional X amount of funds going into your account, just by following up, by seeing on the reports how many people have dropped off or haven't completed something, and just giving them the extra nudge, because a lot of people need extra, confidence, or hear an extra voice from the company they may have reached out to before or decided to not follow up with. Just continuously communicating with them really helps push the goal forward of getting more leads as well, and reporting helps do that, and that gives them more transparency in what you do there.
Yeah. Again, so if you would sum it up, we talked about a lot of different things. What are some of the things that ads can help small businesses with to get better results on their paid advertising campaigns in general?
Yeah, I think it's great. Again, I think just simplifying it, taking a step back. Let's not chase everything under the moon. Let's focus on where your audience is, who your ideal customers are. So I would say let's start with a simple strategy, get an understanding of what the goals are, who your audiences are, what your long-term plan is with this business as well. Yeah. Then we can help them, yes, we do wonderful websites, and we're really good at building those as well. But then we just say, okay, how do we get the first step and get some quick wins, or some Easy wins, maybe not easy isn't the right word, but doing a Google ad campaign.
It's never easy.
It's never easy, no.
But I mean,
we like to make it look easy, right?
Well, the low hanging fruits, right? Like
Yeah.
let's and that's in marketing in general. I think like what are the three things
Yeah.
these businesses should do first before they dump a whole bunch of money into tactics that may or may not work, right? And we've seen that so often. And even if they don't spend the actual money in social media, for example, it can be super time consuming, for example, right? So
Yeah, you might not spend the money, but the time invested is a lot higher.
and how valuable is your time? Well, I know how valuable my time is.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right. There's just not enough hours in the day to do what we need to do. So if I can work with someone like yourself to actually just get almost instant exposure.
Yeah.
I think that's definitely a very appealing offer, and I think that's why a lot of businesses come to us and say, "Yeah, we tried this ourselves, or we tried it with somebody that didn't give us the transparency that we're giving them, right? Like you're actually
monthly reporting again. Yeah.
Monthly reporting. Like we're very open about where things are going well, but we're also very open about when things are not going well. But instead of just waiting and sitting back and letting the campaign run its course, we can take action and actually make things better.
Exactly. And I mean, right, if you look at the value of time, if they themselves are doing it, with Edge, right, yes, there might be an investment, but they have 8 professionals looking at this at one point or another that work on it on their behalf. So there's a lot of value in that. And then tying it back to simple reports is huge.
Yeah. No,
showing the wins and showing where we can improve as well.
No, exactly.
It's not always a win. Sometimes we need to also, swallow our pride and say, hey, we need to redirect our efforts.
No, exactly.
But then we're clear about that and honest.
Yeah. No, we learned a lot over the years, and I think we're still learning every day because the platforms are changing all the time. So, I think we have a very good process together now. So we have multiple people working on these campaigns. They all kind of looking at the same thing, going after the same results. So we're pretty confident that we can deliver value to our clients. So thanks so much, Robert, for stopping by today and for all the work you do for our amazing clients.
Thanks, Peter. It's a team effort always, I say. So.
Totally is. So you can find us at edgemarketing.ca, of course. Make sure, if you find this interesting, make sure to subscribe to this podcast so you're notified when the next one gets released. We're doing these all the time now. And we'll hope to see you next time.